Hi and welcome. This is the F-15E Strike Eagle in DCS, and we're going to be using the GBU-12 and take out a target. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the GBU-12 onto the plane. So I'm going to select bombs, and then I'm going to select GBU-12. I'm also going to drop on a TPG pod, the AAQ-14 Lantern TGT pod, that one, and we're going to click on a different livery. We'll try and choose something different and we'll click OK. Now I just want to get rid of the wheel chocks, so those two things are done and out of the way, and then we'll get our plane ready to go. So I'm just going to change this to on, move this back and put this to auto on the air conditioning. Then I'm going to start doing the real stuff, these two Gen 1s, those two Gen 1s, these two, and the middle button, but we're not doing anything else there. I'm going to click on these three, I'm going to click on these two, and then we go up to the very top, and what we'll do is click on, we'll click on, and then we'll click on. Great, that's done, and then we'll remove the wheel chocks. All of that's done, so we can start pushing this down. We'll leave it here just for a moment until it comes all the way down and then locks in, and then we'll lock it with the final click. Just down here, I'm just going to turn this to on. Turn that to on, this can go to nav, on, and that will just go on to norm. Close that, jump to the back, and just turning this to on, and also the laser to arm. So that's all ready to go. So now we can start our plane. So I'm just going to left click once here, which will get the aircraft going. Just make sure you can see the green light, and then click here once. And then you can use right shift and home to move it forward, and that's all ready to go. You can get rid of the joystick if you want with delete on the button on the keyboard. You can turn these up if it's night time. I don't particularly need to turn them up, but we'll just turn a few of them around. So it should keep progressing all the way. Now you would uncage this if you're able, but I'm not able to at the moment in this early access. This video is recorded on release day, so I haven't had very much time to learn anything at this time. I have looked at the manual, but I haven't actually done anything. So we've got the green light, so we go over to here, click once in this little area here, and then use right alt and home, push it forward. That's it. Now you could wait to 25, but we're in a game and it looks like it's okay to do that from what I can see. So I'm going to click on M2, then arm, AG ground. Now I've got to find the one which says GBU-12. Here's GBU-12, so I'm going to click on that and then click on 1. Click on menu, and then we're going to go back to air to ground. Now in here I'm going to click on the GBU-12 at the top. I'm going to change that to auto 1/STA, and we'll try nose. As soon as it hits with the nose, it'll go. We'll see if that works out for me. Now I'll click on AG delivery. Actually, we'll move it over to this side once again. So AG delivery, I've got it on that side. But on this side, we will try and bring up the T-pod. So we'll click on T-pod. T-pod's ready to go. Great. Let's give the aircraft a little bit of power, and we'll start it moving. And just interested to know if it says safe up here. Notice it says safe, so we want to change the number 1688. Click up here, 1688. Just something I can do as we taxi along. And then we can turn on raster arm, and we can click on air to ground. Just a couple of extra things. So now we're going to think about taking off. Just bring the throttle back a little bit and let ourselves come up to the runway. I don't know if we want to hold the brakes or if they do this in real life, I have no idea. But we'll just push the W on the keyboard. We'll push the throttle all the way forward. As soon as the plane starts moving, we'll release the brakes. Now we'll release them. we have plenty of runway, so it's not like we really need to make excessive use of what little runway we have, but just pull back very slightly. I'm trying not to take off flying off into the sky, so I'm trying to keep very low to the runway when I take off, if you're wondering. See how I've just taken off and I'm actually pushing the nose forward after I've taken off. Pretty cool. Alright, so we'll head off towards our friends to the left of us, which are way out here. Not a very far flight, but we are heading out that way. And we just want to check that it says arm. So it says arm there, so that's looking all okay. We can bring that throttle back just a little bit now. And we're flying right at it, so that's good. Don't need too much altitude, so we'll just keep bringing that throttle back just a touch. Now we could put on something here, maybe the HSI or something else that looks interesting. That will do for the moment. Our fuel quantity, we're just checking. Of course, because we will run into difficulty otherwise. And we've got a little view over here. So we want to put on EXP for expander mode, so we've got a little bit more zoom. Options, we're going to hold down the castle button left. Now usually there's a little star or something, so you know which screen is active, but with this one, I haven't found that yet. Could that possibly be it? That does look like it. So we've got some targets out here, so stop the screen moving all over the place. I'm going to click on my lock button. That lock button again, just in case you're wondering, is this. I'm just pushing auto acquisition switch button, and then when I want to do target designate, I'm just using TD switch press button. So there's that. But we'll just see if we can zoom in. It's still quite a way out. At the moment. Can probably head towards that line though. It may be possible to do this on the one pass, if I'm feeling adventurous. 1 minute 20 out. So we'll see how we go with that. Got to be pretty confident we've got that on target. Now we have got it on auto laser. We could do it manual, but yeah. Seems to have a target over there. So we've got 42 seconds until we're going to release at least, and we're at about 12,000. Only real problem is we're going quite quickly. Okay, so we're going to hold down the weapon release button. Round about now. We've got 15 seconds to go. Looks like we're pretty on target. 7, 6, I'm holding down. Hopefully this works. 3, 2, 1. It's released. We've got a laser, and we've also got 2 flashing L's. So 1 there and 1 there. Here's the bomb. And if I can, we'll just slow our plane down a little and try and do a bit of a circle around it. And we also will change our zoom just slightly. So here's the target. That's the plane. Here's the target. It's looking very good. And kaboom, straight on the target. So we did that on the first run. And we've got no more weapons left on the plane. So that's all good. I think we could maybe see it out the window as well. Down there. But anyway, we can just up here. You can see that just down there on the runway. To give you an idea, see that explosion? That's the one I'm talking about. So, we'll head back and land. But that's how you use a GBU-12. You only got one GBU-12 and you need to take a target out. Well, there you go. Just level it up. And you can see it's just burning there. And if you jumped into the rear screen, turned it on, and hit T-Pod, instantly got an image for your buddy in the back. Pretty cool. Alrighty. If we fly about straight from here, we should be okay. So things we can do now would be turning off this master arm and also changing this to nav mode. I just want to tap it slightly right as well. That looks all okay. Laser is armed, so we can jump into 2. We can turn this off, and we can also turn that off, the target flare. Those 2 things are off. Jump back to the front screen. Actually, we can just turn this off because we don't need that anymore. Getting used to using that back seat just a little bit at the moment. Gosh, I mean, it's something like the F-14 is a whole different experience in the back seat. But this does seem like it's a bit more approachable if you're a single pilot and you're needing to get by. Although you do have a back seat, you can sort of use it to your advantage perhaps a bit more functionally. Need to send it left a little bit. I could have gone to the runway the other way, but we're still quite south of it, so. T-Pod is stowed. I can change this to HSI. Got one there already. TSD. TF. ADI. Delete. Viz mode. First. HUD. There we go. HUD is useful. Okay, let's have a little look at a map again, because we have no idea what's going on here. Let's look at my buddy out there. Pretty cool view. Okay, we'll level it out about now. And we'll head this way. So that was the GBU-12, just a single GBU-12. Hit a target, and we're done. On the release day of the F-15 E Strike Eagle. Just keep this thing going straight. There's quite a few. Once you've used other modules and you know how much other functions they have in them, to come to this module and then not know how to do all those other functions is a little bit frustrating. But also I'm not really sure this module has those functions yet, so things like picking up the laser of another aircraft, like a helicopter perhaps, could be down there lasing something, and I can come along and take out that laser. To do that, I don't know how to do that on this yet. How can it search for a laser search? So they're things that are on my mind. But we're a little bit step forward. So we should have a runway down there on the right. Won't have a lot of time to slow down, but we can't really go super low because there is a little mountain range we need to go over. That runway is not at sea level. Come down into the valley here. And our runway or our target somewhere out there. I think it could be that there. Just super difficult. That's a river, and then there's the runway. Almost takes you to the runway. So we've got a gear out. And now we just got to locate the runway right in front of us. That's what we need to do. This time I won't put the air brake out so soon. So we'll just see if we can put it out at the last moment instead. Doing about 200. The plane doesn't really seem to want to go much below that, I'm finding. Yeah, there we go. Just hold that sort of descent. We can get down there by the start of the runway, that will be beautiful. And we'll just bleed off that last little bit of speed now. Well, pretty cool to see it bounce actually. I'm just wanting to see it in external view all the time. There we go. We're on the ground. And then we're just tapping W. This thing just goes straight. I've never seen anything like it. Especially in this game. We'll let that air brake come in. But the brakes are pretty effective on this plane. I mean, if it's too short, it's too short. It won't work, but they are very effective. So we'll head over towards our friends here, the helicopters, which are not there, but we'll head over there anyway. And that was the GBU-12. Very cool little plane. On release date, F-15E Strike Eagle. And it seems the GBU-12s are functional. More importantly, we've worked out how to use them. Cool, so I'll just quickly throw on this brake, then open the canopy. Far from the correct way to shut it down, but I just want to be done with it. Cool. So turning the lights off. These should go off in a second. All of these lights as well, and all of that. Oh, there we go, it's gone. Shows my fuel, 18.3. Or, yeah, 18.3. Jump to external views. That was the W12 and the F-15E Strike Eagle. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.